Okay. Uh,
Oh
I
dear.
am I am going to go see uh, what those two men are arguing about.
Okay. Let me just pull something up here. Uh, sorry. Just pulling something up. A man who's dressed in cleaner clothes than the other says, Eric, you must understand. We cannot do anything right now. We must wait for the Lord Ruthan's troops to arrive. The other man says to him, I don't think, what am I saying? Sorry. He says, don't you understand? We don't have much time. Within a few weeks, he'll be here for his money. And we cannot afford another extortion like this. He has spilt our blood. He has stopped the trade. And I will not stand to see this.
I'm going to approach them and ask them what seems to be the what seems to be the problem.
They both turn and look at you and say, I don't know you. Out of towners, goes one. And he continues to look at you suspiciously. And says, get away. This is not a problem for the likes of you.
So I'm going to try and persuade them otherwise. Saying I have dealt with tyrants before. Perhaps I may be of assistance. And I guess you're going to want me to roll for that?
Yeah, give me a roll.
All right. Eight.
He looks at you and says, tyrants. You don't know tyrants. I doubt you even seen hard work. Do you know what it's like to see the money you've scourged for all your life to be taken away?
I do. I was a smith once. I'm going to bring out my smithing tools from my pack and show them my hands, my calloused hands. But the tyrant Anawan took that away from me. He took away my livelihood, my wife, my children, my friends, my family. He took away everything. Tyrants must not be allowed to oppress the people. Now, once again, I say, perhaps we can help each other.
Give me another roll.
Sure thing. 11.
He says, I'm sorry. I did not know, but you know nothing of our plight.
Then tell me. Maybe I can help you.
How do I know you're not one of the wizard's little puppets? Another one of his spies come here to come among the rabble and see if he is being respected.
Do you really think he would send a dragonborn of all the peoples to mingle with humans? My race isn't exactly very trusted amongst you people.
The other man turns to him, the man in finer clothing, and says, Eric, that is enough. This argument is between you and me.
Alright,
Very well then. I turn and walk away.
As you walk away, people glance at you worriedly. Eyes for showing their suspicion and curiosity.
alright, so I'm gonna go talk to the hooded guy that you mentioned.
Okay. So, how are you gonna do that?
I'm gonna walk up to him and I'm gonna ask what's going on first of all. See if he responds.
Okay, say that in character.
What?
So say
Okay,
that.
yeah. Sorry. What is going on, my friend? You seem troubled.
Troubled. Always troubling this down. And he says, What? A drow, eh? What nation are you from?
I'm gonna say, I am not from any particular nation. I was chased out by weaponry from my city-state, and I've been training as a life domain cleric, and have decided to set out in revenge towards the Covenant of Lolth.
He raises an eyebrow, and under the hood you see a dragonborn scales. But something seems different. Something unusual about a dragonborn. But, he says, Quite the idea there. But I ask you again, which nation are you from?
I am not from any particular nation. I am a freelancer who has no home and never did.
Just an out of character thing. I don't know if we're in the Forgotten Realms or not, but if we are, I do remember that there's a city called Menzoberranzan. That's a drow city.
We're not in Forgotten Realms.
Okay, never mind then.
He says... Sorry, I have to open this really quick. A drow who doesn't have a nation. Please. Then you must have at least some idea. Who do you believe is the most wise of the nations? Ithan, or Nalin, Piltar, or Enedlad?
I am going to respond by saying, I personally do not believe any one particular god. I am more spiritual and less on the path of an actual god. But if I were to choose any god, it would probably be... what were the list again? Sorry.
He starts to laugh and says, huh, You misheard me. I meant Which nation do you most believe in the ideology of?
Good question. Okay, so
Well, what do we know about each nation?
yeah, that's a good question.
Roll history checks.
All right. Let me check what my history is. I've got 0 to history, but I've got a intelligence of 0. Whoop-de-doo. This is gonna be great. Okay, roll. I got a 20.
I rolled a 21.
I got a 20.
I got a 21.
So, you know that in the kingdom of Anathar, the region has a big Underdark, and there are 4 drow nations living in there. Ithan is the most friendly to surface dwellers and trades with them often. Ornatelin, somewhat neutral to surface dwellers, but they do not really interact on the surface. Peltar is hostile to surface dwellers, but they are not common on the surface, and rarely do they appear there. And Nedlad is hostile to surface dwellers and raids the surface quite a bit.
Okay, then I'm gonna be the first one, cause yeah,
So Ithan?
yeah, I thought.
So what are you gonna say?
I'm gonna say if I so I'm gonna say I do not like to side with my people. Most of them are very cruel, very how to put it, very
Xenophobic.
evil, cruel, evil. But if I had to choose one, it would be Ithan, just because of how reasonable they can be compared to the other.
The Dragonborn looks at you, his eyes narrowing, and says, I see. Well then, forgive me for my suspicion.
So I'm gonna repeat my question of what is going on that's so troubling to all the people.
As I see you talking with him, I'm going to approach you guys. Yeah.
Oh, and I'm gonna when he shows up next to me, I'm gonna be like, "This is my traveling partner,
Silverax.
Silverax. He has similar reasons to me for going to the adventuring life."
The Dragonborn says, good to meet you, Silverax.
Hail and well met.
What?
Hail and well met. It's a greeting.
What?
It's a greeting, nothing.
Yeah. He says, and to you too. So you want to know what's happening here, I see.
Aye.
As you look, you still notice something a little different about him. You can't really tell.
Is there? I'm gonna roll for. I'm gonna do a perception check. See if I can see anything. I've got a 4 modifier to my perception, by the way.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna roll. I get a grand total of 13.
You look at him. You can't place it. You can't place it, and then something sparks in your mind. And you realize this Dragonborn is half dragon.
So he's a half dragonborn.
Or rather, a full dragonborn.
And now, roll me a.
What's the color of his skin?
His skin is actually gold.
Oh. Oh. Indeed. Half gold.
I'm not gonna confront him on it just yet.
And as you look at his face, you notice there are a plethora of scars, some deeper than others. And he says,
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna inquire just yet. I'm gonna wait, see, because I don't want to risk asking and he completely shuts us off.
he says to you, I would like to speak in public of this, but there's been some issues in this town lately. Not everyone feels as though their neighbors are one they can trust. My name is Theron Miaston.
Alright.
And what brings you here, Theron of Clan Miaston?
Theron looks at you and says, this has been my home for the last 10 years.
I took that they don't like Dragonborn too much here.
I'm gonna ask him, are you in hiding?
He looks at you and raises an eyebrow, if Dragonborn have eyebrows, and says,
I believe they have like clumps of scale that are slightly darker than their eyes above their. Darker than the rest of their skin above their eyes.
mm-hmm.
So functional eyebrows.
And he says, not everyone has to live in hiding these days. I am here on my own volition, and I'm hiding from no one.
I say very respectfully, very well. I am sorry for prying into your past. I have no right to.
Apology accepted. I'm Batman.
That was beautiful.
Yes. I had a feeling that if I asked him where he got those scars, you would have gone all Joker on me.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know how I got these scars. He says, and then he looks at you and says, I can tell you. Damn it. I can tell you what's happening. No, God damn it. I turned into Batman.
Or Michael. Or DM.
If you want to know what's happening, then I will tell you in a quieter place. This place has too many ears.
I say, where shall I meet you and at what time?
You could follow me back to my home right now if you want. There it is safe. For now, at least.
I'm gonna roll perception to see if he is any threat.
I think it would be insight more than perception.
Insight, yeah. Insight check to see if there is any, if he's a threat.
Okay.
So my modifier is 2. I get a grand total of 14.
He seems like he wants to help you.
Okay, then I gladly follow him.
As do I.
And so, he leads you through the village, telling you things, pointing out little places like, this is where they catch the fish. And he tells you the village is named Whitebrook. But, you keep weaving through the town, and, Sorry. Something.
You're good.
Just
It was Am Dead.
David just popped up on here.
Yep, I saw that too.
He can join if he wants.
Oh, okay. Let's just keep going.
Sean, is he available to join?
Let me check.
I'm leader of the call, so
Are you able to join us?
I'm already calling him. I don't waste time.
Cause it's My Little Pony. I never knew what friendship could be. My Little Pony.
And that's enough of that.
Dude, that show keeps getting better.
It does.
Oh God, I'm
You're stuck with bronies. Sorry. Anyway, let's keep going. He isn't answering, so.
Okay.